Howdy folks, I've got a set of games for you between me and Twinson. Now, if you are familiar with me and or Twinson, this matchup is, I think, quite interesting, quite volatile, because Twinson has like 10, 11 cards in his tier 3, I have 1 card in my tier 3. However, in the tier 2 stage, I play Fire Nature, he plays Pure Shadow, and I think that Pure Shadow is Fire Nature's easiest matchup. So if I can make something happen in tier 2, I tend to just crush Pure Shadow players. If I can't, then what are you going to do with one tier 3 card versus 10, right? Now, the problem here is that this map is huge, and it's going to basically allow Twinson to well up pretty aggressively. You see he's already taken 1 well more than me. Oh, I've taken Strikers. This is back in the Striker meta, I think. So that's also going to give me another pretty big advantage. So, Twinson is going to kill my Scavenger, so that's not the best macro for me. But meanwhile, I've got Strikers and Sunstriders here, and his well has paid off about 20 power so far. He's frantically Forsaken there. I've decided to attack him with the Strikers and get some looting. Meanwhile, my Sunstriders here are taking out the Nox Shooper, and I think I'm going to come back around and try and get this well. Now, so I've mentioned that I want to keep the fire levels low because tier 3 is going to be really bad for me. So that's what I'm doing. When Twinson took a well, I knew I had to rush because even if this well he took second, I guess. Even if this well pays off 100 power by the time I kick this well, then it will be worth it, right? Because that means that Twinson didn't gain power, and so the power level stalled, and so that's good for me. That eruption, maybe I didn't need it, because these guys are microing really badly, and I shouldn't be taking them out. I should be attacking this spot here. And I did kill it, and this well didn't do anything, so that's going to give me a nice 50 power advantage. I'm going to lose the Scavenger, and that's kind of okay. I probably should have spawned like a Sunstrider here, because I would like to get this close well position to go aggressive. I decided to take a well, and Twinson takes a well, so we're now both up to 2 wells, and I've got a 50 power advantage. But again, the question is, does that 50 power mean anything? Because, like we're seeing, the well distances so far, Twinson can take this wall, for example, and if he gets to tier 3, even if I'm up 1 or 2 wells, I mean, I've been up like 5 wells against Twinson and still lost the tier 3 because what are you going to do? You run out, you've got 12 Giant Slayers, you run out, and then it's over. So I decided to take this well here, and Twinson is going tier 2. And I feel quite comfortable staying tier 1 versus tier 2, especially considering that I have Strikers that are going to loot and be quite good against Shadow. I get Twinson to spawn another tier 1 unit. I think that's a mistake from him. That's just going to cost him tempo. He instant frenzies the Forsaken. I'm going to get my Strikers out of here. I spotted other Sunstriders here. Yeah. The kind of danger what I'm doing, again, I keep emphasizing this point about the scaling point, and how I'm letting Twinson scale up my units. So that's true. Twinson's scaling up, I'm scaling up. I'm scaling up faster than Twinson, but at the end of the day, I am still letting him scale up. We overcharge. I'm making sure I've got my units close. That is going to prevent the Light Weakening from doing that much damage to my well. And I defended. He's coming with another Nightcrawler, so that's why I come over here to intercept. My well repairs, and so I can come back to heal. I put my Sunstrider in front to start attacking, while these guys heal up. Give another charge with my Striker, and then back away. Nope, or I can just let it get one-shot by the Shadow Mage. That's fine, I've got another Striker, and the Strikers give you a lot of power. And Strikers are really good against Shadow Mages. I think, even without Looter, I think they would be pretty good against Shadow Mages. Personally, I like microing Strikers there. But the Swift and the Charge, I like it. The Looter is busted, and I think the card is just too big without the Looter. And so I'm spamming the Strikers now. Got a charge, grabbed a bunch of power. There's an Oink. I went 2-2 down here. And yeah, so the Oink is just going to let me keep using CC and to keep looting. and this match, Twinson's got some problems. I'll get the Skyfire Drake, and he motivated his Shadow Mage a little bit ago. You can see the motivation still here. And so yeah, so Twinson defends. That's all fine. I've been up a well this whole time though, and I've looted, and I probably have Vile Blood in my deck, and it's just not a happy picture for Twinson, especially because he's got all his power back in tier 1 gets. I decided to just make more Strikers. By the way, I'm playing without Ghost Spear, because Strikers are so good. I'm basically just playing the Strikers anyway. The only again, like I'm saying about how I can use the CC really effectively to get Looter and Chargers off. I think this Drake's gonna die unless I can dodge. Yeah, there we go. I dodged. Yeah, this matchup, the micro with the Drake is important, but I think the Drake has just so much more maneuverability over the Shadow Mages, and the only way to overcome that is to make a bunch of Shadow Mages, but then if you make a bunch, they get lava fielded or wanked, and yeah. The important thing is that I'm maintaining the pressure, preventing Twinson from building up a bunch of guys. I can just wank here, and I can apply pressure there. There's the lava field because I just have tons of power. Hurricane because again has the power. I'm using my Strikers to attack the unit because I want the Looter. Should probably use my Drake to kill this mage, but you know, I can heal too. There's no way I'm losing this right now. Let me go ahead and look at double speed. Strikers are busted, and yeah, that's the story. This matchup is basically unwinnable for Twinson, I would say, since he was able to let me get a close well and I could set up and give an attack. But we'll see. And next games, it's you know, not always so simple. And if Twinson gets his tier 3, then it doesn't matter. He's gonna win. So that's why he doesn't quit, I think, because he knows that the game is mine to lose, right? So if I somehow mess up and somehow let him get to 3, then he can ask this, sure, but I'm still gonna go well. Yeah, I mean, if he gets to 3, then what am I gonna do? But there's no possible way he's gonna get to 3. I've got so much power more than him, I can just spam forward everywhere. He can another orb maybe, but what's it gonna do? He doesn't even have a temporary spot, right? There's a spot, and I can just kill it if he makes something there. I'll build to prevent that nasty, and yeah. There's the first game. Kind of a showcase of Strikers. It's not relevant to point this out because this is from a previous patch, but yeah, Strikers are really, really strong in Fire Nature Tier 2. Let's take a look at the next one. Hey folks, welcome to the second game of my 3-set generated series with Twinson, Fire versus Shadow, and this time the map is smaller, which is kind of good for me, and also kind of bad for me. In Tier 1 it's good for, or in Tier 1 is bad for me because Shadow is really, really good at close wall distances, but I feel comfortable that my Tier 1 is better than Twinson's, so I'm fine with that. Twinson's not spawning anything, so I'm gonna... And he took the well here, so basically I'm trying to rush him immediately in Tier 1. He made a nasty that was not that effective. It killed 1 unit, but these are still fine. And I think I may be looking about taking a well to heal my guys up. Nasties again, yeah, not really effective. I spent 100 power less than him, and I've got a bunch of units on the field. Looks like he's gonna go look for another nasty. This nasty might work, so that's why I'm pulling these Sun Shredders here to try and get some health off on him. I would like to save my Scavenger. I figured these Sun Shredders are basically dead, but if he nasties and I can stop him from killing my Scavenger. Okay, so he nastied and I killed 110 for 110. Yeah, that's pretty strong. But I've got a tempo lead. But like I was saying, these close walls are good for Forsaken because if he gets a little bit of space, he can frenzy and threaten my will, and that's no good. So I'm gonna have to be playing aggressive here. That's one of the things that's really helped my tier 1 play, is when I play against Shadow, I need to remember that I need to play super aggressive. I need to proactively spawn my Sunstriders, and I can't just wait for him to come to me, because if I wait for him to come to me, he just frenzies and then kills everything. Alright, there's the Strikers. Nasty there. I think it was okay. I lost guys, he lost guys. He's frenzied those guys. The Forsaken. I pull back my Strikers to heal, and he's going to suck them up with his Dread Charger. So far, things are fine. I decided to take a second well, because I think he spent a lot more power than me. I would say this. We're fine. What I want to do is I want to wait for the extra damage to run out before I charge, and then I can charge. Because if I wait for the extra damage to run out, then if I attack him when that yellow bar is still there, he won't take damage, and then I won't loot anything. So, again, these are micro mechanics that don't matter anymore because looter is gone. But that was my thought process, and why you can see micro this way. As I was saying, I really like the way that Strikers make you micro. What I don't like is the way that they just loot, and that's kind of too strong. He's gonna nasty me. That's I mean, that's okay. He got a tiny tempo lead by hitting me, but he keeps spending nasties and making ever so slightly worse trades, which is quite bad for him, especially because Strikers are looting, so I'm getting a power advantage, and because when we get to G2, this close ball situation is going to be really easy for me to play aggressive and prevent him from going through. So that's why I decided to take this close ball when I did it, is because I wanted to make sure I can threaten him when he goes tier 3. He goes tier 2, and I might play a Scorched Earth. Maybe I decide not to. I decided I'll just go tier 2 myself. He goes Y risk, Scorched Earth. Yeah, these nasties are just not that effective. I figure Y waste Scorched Earth, I probably won't kill it, and I can just go to tier 2 where I've got a very favorable matchup. And the tech cards I play, I usually play Vile Blood because it helps out against, helps out a little bit against Pure Frost and Stonekin, helps out a lot against Pure Fire, and as a side bonus, it also helps against Pure Shadow, which is, I mean, kind of silly because I don't need more help against Pure Shadow, but yeah, having the Vile Blood makes this matchup even easier than, I guess, a normal Fire. He spawns the Shadow Mages preemptively. I've got the Skyfire Drake. If I can get him to spawn too many Shadow Mages, then I can wipe them all out with one Disruption. The motivated Night Mage, which means that any mage will one-shot my Drake. That is why I play Lava Field here. If I can get my Drake out of range, I'm walking perpendicular to him to dodge the shot. I didn't quite dodge the shot, or maybe I did. Yeah, I'm not clear what happened there. Maybe somebody in the comments can explain that. Did I half dodge the shot? Because he had motivate on, so the shot should have killed me, but it didn't kill me. And it looked like I dodged the shot, but I still took damage. So did I like get hit with the splash or something? I'm not super clear what happened here. I need to run with my Drake. Good motivate from Twinson. Twinson's pretty good about motivating his mages to one-shot Drakes. Another thing to think about is that mages have like 12 charges. So once I run out of mages, his defense gets even worse. He takes another well, and I don't really have power to attack it, or to follow it. Well, I said that because I just played the side thing. So I decided to go offensive with the side thing. Remember that principle I was telling you about how I want to kick his walls. It's not very good for me to wall up when he walls up. I'd rather, if he walls up and then I kick his wall, even if it takes me 3 minutes to kill his wall, that means that the power level is not spiraling out of control. So a lot of units on the field, I'd like to stall, survive with my Shadow, with my Scythians long enough to play in Lava Field. He keeps blasting me around. It probably motivates this guy. The Scythians are also nice against each other because they can get knocked back, and then they, they don't die, they can survive with one squad left over. Yeah, so it depends. There's the heal. If I get him to keep chasing me, I can kill all this with an eruption. Yeah, the Shadow Mage effectively defended this as well. There's that eruption. He's gotten 40 power out of this wall. Like I was saying, it's okay. I don't need to rush his well super fast. I can go for more slow and steady, building up an advantage over time, and eventually killing it as well. And again, if I attack him and make him defend with Shadow Mages, that runs him out of Shadow Mages. So if he runs out of Shadow Mages and can't trust me in time, he's going to be a ton of trouble. Ravage on these side fiends because they're getting low. And I'm going to come over here, wait for these guys to stance and probably like everything. There we go. Maybe all these side fiends can go for a second attack. Forcing Twinson to split targets, and then I can bring my attention here and get a nice kill on both of them. There we go. Okay, root these guys to keep them in place, and then go for a split target. Yeah, exactly. So, this is why I'm saying that this matchup I think is hugely in favor of Fire Nature. There's a lot of heal. At this point I've got power and I can just heal or I can erupt. I erupted. I don't think that eruption was really necessary actually, especially because it never was on cooldown, but I killed as well. And as you can see, he ended up getting about 75 power out of it. But that's even better for me than I said, because again, I've made him spend Shadow Mage charges. So I don't have any counting, but he should probably be, he's definitely more than halfway out of his Mage charges. And especially once he's out of charges and needs to recharge. This guy's gonna go for a nasty, I'm sure, but that's kind of fine. I killed his mage, and Twinson goes for another well. I spawn a Skyfire Drake, because I think he's out of mages, or I certainly want to bait him out of mages. And like I was saying, once he can only spawn one mage at a time, then the motivate is not really an option anymore. Yeah, so now at this point, oh, that was a very nice nasty from him. Killed everything, and this is the moment where things get kind of scary. Another thing I dropped to shout out is that the units are pretty cheap. He killed his own Dark Elves because he wants to go for tier 3, I think. I guess that's what he wanted to do. I'm not really sure. I think he's gonna walk away with those Dark Elves and then find. Yeah, so there's a room because I didn't want the nasty to hit on Drake. And this side thing survives like I was telling you about, and there's that full value there. So this matchup is really bad for Creep Runner, even if there is no Vile Blood. Instant Frenzy, not Instant Frenzy, then I go, never mind. That's just, never worked me away to get some space, and go for the nasty surprise. But the nasty Nightcrawler from the Drake is like barely worth it. I mean, it's kind of worth it because there's nothing better he can do against Drakes at this point with him being out of Shadow Mage charges, because you can see he's only making one at a time. Yeah, so there's nothing better he can do, so it's kind of fine, but also spending the 70 power for better work. Yeah. So, another, yeah, so for people who are not sure how to play Fire Nature versus Pure Shadow, hopefully I'm giving you some expert gameplay right here. Again, the key is to try and keep power levels low, play aggressive, be switching targets as much as you can, and to play it kind of figuratively. If the Shadow player takes a while, you don't need to just panic and try and rush it instantly. You can take your time and rush it. Yeah. Remember, you've got a full basically 3 minutes to kick the well. So as long as you sort of steadily make progress through those 3 minutes, then you can keep accumulating your damage. Now let's take a look at the third game, which is going to go a little bit differently than these first two. Welcome to the third game I played in this little mini-series against Twinson on generated maps. And I think in these 3 games we've had quite a variety of generated maps. This one is going to have a potential center control issue. I decided that I wanted to go here because I know Twinson's going for tier 3, so I want to make sure that I'm going to be in close enough range to pressure him. He goes for an instant wall, and I decided that I didn't want to. I think that I wanted to try rushing him, and I wanted to see how. See if I was close enough to try rushing him. Oh no, I just wanted this position. Okay, I'm not sure what I did here exactly. Maybe I just wanted a higher well distance. Okay, I think it's because I wanted a higher well distance for Forsaken, and in tier 2, the Skyfire Drake is going to be able to get to the spot quite quickly. Twinson goes instant tier 2, which is a mixed bag. Like we've seen, the Fire Nature has a strong matchup against Shadow in tier 2. Oh, he killed my Scavenger just in time. And I could pressure him in tier 1. I think the safe move... Okay, I decided to take a well. And I think that's also fine. I've got the Strikers. He's not going to be able to launch an aggressive position against me. The danger here, again, though, is that it's letting him scale up. Because he doesn't really have to pressure me. He can just... if he gets this well here, then he's got a nice, healthy tier 3 spot. Keep the well going. So I come this way to try to bait out a spawn. I probably shouldn't have charged the well, so that way that I can use that charge against these Dark Elves. And yeah, my tier 1 offense is totally gone. I decided I'll just go tier 2. And I'll go tier 2, and I got, you know what, like 20 power out of the well extra, maybe? Something like that. Of course, I did lose my Strikers, but my Strikers got a charge off, so, you know, things are okay. Twinson does have a good 160 power on the field that I don't have. I come in with the Strikers and the Skyfire Drake, and I should probably just kind of wait a little bit because in this very early stages of tier 2, I don't have that much. Yeah, that was a good motivation from Twinson. I decided to wait because I don't want to lose my Skyfire Drake. And I think I might still lose it. There we go. I dodged that shot. And my Skyfire Drake comes back here to play, to heal up. As long as I keep coming with Strikers, I can keep trying to generate some small permanent power through looters. But the danger is it's kind of slow. And I don't think I like having this position here. It's just too far to put adequate pressure on him. Yeah, I could come with the Drake.
Your forces
I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah, I think maybe coming with the Drake to make it a heal on. I think I missed my right there. Okay. Yeah, this is not going great for me. I think I could make the Drake come over here, make him force him spawn, and then attack him this corner. That would be a useful thing to do. But I keep throwing away my units and dying. They don't accomplish anything. And Twinson has the ground presence for a very safe tier 3, right? There's even if I have Scorched Earth, there's no way I'm going to get to this spot in time to do anything. So it makes the Dark Elves to hit my well. I can make Scythe Fiends, but again, the Scythe Fiends are going to take forever to crawl around and reach these guys. I should make them at some point, especially because Scythe Fiends are good against them. I'm waiting for him to stance. When he does it, I can just Hurricane the wall. But if he doesn't, and I made a second pair of Scythe Fiends, shoot pressure in here, and he's going tier 3. So I don't have energy to Scorched Earth. There's a second there to prevent the wall from dropping. But I know that Twinson's power is really, really low, right? You can see his void is like 200, less than 200, because he's gone tier 3 so early. So I killed this cultist master, and I'm just gonna run away. These actors to run away, to run out. Twinson has forced me over to his units there. And my second striker can come back to break. I'm taking care of these dark elves, which I probably shouldn't be doing. I'm always doing them because the Nether Warp is going to block me off. We've got some silver lancers, and I can come run away with my seconds. They died. That will be infected. Once it spawns like a silver here and Nazis, my whole army is going to die. So I should probably move my sights and move into this side. Instead of these dark elves assets. Again, because his power is super low, right? Because he went through really early. So that's something to think about. Because when you think of it, you like play the chess in your mind of like, oh, but I was able to kill as well. But you think about the situation like, oh no, he can just shield building and nothing will die. But keep in mind that because he went to 3 so early, he doesn't have the power to shield building. And I killed him one as well, so his power is going to be even lower. And I mean, even my power is not that high because we're like 7 minutes into the game. I decided to come over here and take his walls. Yeah, because I know that the point where he has. Yeah, I need to be careful, so I'm walking away with these side things so he doesn't come up and nasty into my drink. That's like what he's trying to do, right? So I'm just walking away with the side things because I don't want my drink to be dead. Oink. I should probably be making some burrows here to pressure this spot. If I get, double-sided pressure, that'd be expected. And like I was saying, attacking the orb just has 50% more health than well. And, I mean, he'll definitely be able to protect it long enough to rebuild it. So, that's why I'm not really going for the orb. I do have 250 power. I decided to take... Oh, I built the wrong orb. Yeah, so that's going to cost me. His army dies. And I decide to go tier 3. I say, hey, I've got a well advantage. Maybe I'll just go tier 3. And that's, I think, yeah, I'm just not gonna, I don't think that's a good move. Like I was saying, it doesn't matter if I've got a power advantage. His tech is just better than mine. Yeah, once we get to tier 3. So I should try and play tier 2. And, stay in the matchup where I'm doing damage. Since we've got 3 Silver Lancers coming out, I can handle the Giant Slayers. Not 3, but the Roots or the Nasty gets his own guy. My Giant Slayer died there, but I will be able to defend this one now. He's life weaving to these Lancers, so now I should run away and attack his base. And then get another Giant Slayer. It's nice that they don't have to ult, but the Nasty into my Giant Slayer is not really an option. We got the shield building, so I should change targets, go around, and this guy can come in to attack this spot later.
The master is here.
I went for the roots, and he never worked me back, so I think that's a good move. Well, my Giant Slayer lived, so maybe not. But it does block off my path from running away, and he plays the frenetic assault. It doesn't do that much though, my Giant Slayer is still able to hit the spot here, and I should erupt this cultist master again. The thing about playing roots though is that, alright, see my Giant Slayer still died, so that wasn't a good trade. Not good. He's spawned another Giant Slayer here, or another Cultist Master here to take care of my Giant Slayer on this side, and my roots are on cooldown, so I'll have to oink them. I was able to hit the Cultist Master here and oink, and oink the Cultist Master for the trade. There's the eruption on the Cultist Master down there. And I've got another Giant Slayer coming in to try and make something look good. At this point, my roots are back on cooldown, so I can do that. And I've got a nice split attack going. But the problem is that, and I killed this well, but the problem is that power levels are getting high overall. So it's, you know, I'm dropping his power, but he still has power, right? And I think I've got 2 cards in this tier 3. See, my void power is a lot higher than his. And he's down to just his 2 starting walls, while I have 3 walls more than him. But let's see if that actually matters for anything. Giant Slayer comes down here. If I can get Eruption, that'll stop both of these. Meanwhile, my Giant Slayer that went in for the attack there just dies. I guess I wasn't thinking about that. I rooted. I should know not to root. And I think my orb here will be okay. The heal was late. And yeah, at this point, Twinson, right, he's down, he's got 3 wells less than me. But at the end of the day, if I can't strike this defense, then what am I going to do? I think maybe what I should be doing is waiting a little bit until I've got power to heal. Because I'm just trying to attack too early, because I'm just too afraid of what happens if I let Twinson get power. And he's got just so many Cultist Masters. If he even lets a couple get out, then... Right, so these guys could easily take down... Yeah, there's the Evocator's Wall, which means my orb will probably drop, because I can't freeze them or do anything like that. These guys are coming here, and so I did lose my orb. He's got another good going here. Luckily, I still have my nature, so if I'm smart, I can root these guys. There you go. Barely in time. He played Evocator as well anyway, but it's not going to do any good. And I'm going to make a counterattack go up here. I should definitely move the position of my Giant Slayer to avoid a nasty. And I defended this spot here. I am down tier 2 versus tier 3. I think I can use my Skylords Drake to kill Cultist Master and maybe just play my Giant Slayer back here to take out the Lancers. He played Frenetic Assault on the Skylords Drake, but it's not really going to matter because the Giant Slayer can't hit it, so that was the wrong unit to play it on. Meanwhile, the Skylords Drake is doing over here. He decides to make Dark Elf Assassins. Maybe he doesn't have Ashburn in his deck. Yeah, so the Skyfire Drake survives a little bit of HP. The problem is I still need to get a ground unit over here to take my tier 3. And meanwhile, I've got 200 power bound in tier 2 units.
Your forces are under attack.
I need to stop that Cultist Master from doing anything. Wait for another assault again on the Drake, I guess. So I want to make sure this Drake doesn't get in range of that Drake. And I keep up the pressure with Burrowers. But Twinson has a lot of defensive resources. Right, you've seen that there's a certain power level where just I'm not going to be able to do this because of the Evocator assault. I'll play the Eruption to prevent the Cultist Master from getting his guys off. And at this point he's being challenged, which means he might be out of Cultist Master charges. So now I start to have some hope. Got the Dark Elf sitting right here trying to do something. Yeah, so I've got some hope. I think, hey, I can play this kind of like a regular tier 2 because he's out of his Cultist Master charges, which are a really dangerous thing for me. How do I use this game? Let's play for another assault. Maybe I won this game. I think I can save the game that I won. Well, that feels bad. I don't really want to post 3-0. So I'm gonna let me break through with the corruption. Yeah, there's just no way I'm losing this game. I've got a nice split attack. I've had a power advantage the whole time. Okay. Well, maybe I won't post this. I'm not sure if I'll post this or not. Feels bad. I didn't want to play a replay of just 3 games of me beating Twinson. I thought this. I say this game as the game where Twinson beat me, but maybe I changed the name of the house and I don't have it. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I hope if you see this, I hope you enjoy a showcase of playing Fire Nature versus Chunk. Thanks for watching.